we're ready. It's just we want people to hear these 5 songs we put out first, get a feel for what we are and our sound, and hopefully when we release the next one, people will want to hear them.
How has the response been from the fan base and picking up new fans with the CD? Have you been selling them, or is it just something that you've basically been giving away to get the band's name out there?
Both, probably both. We've been lucky. We only put a few up on CD Baby, and they sold out. We originally weren't going to press a physical copy of it. We were just going to go straight to like an iTunes or something like that. But people at shows they kept asking us for our songs and stuff like that. So we figured we would press them and sell them at shows. So the way we went about it is the only place you can get our CD physical copy actually is at a gig, or like if you contact the band and we hit you up or something like that. So if you have listeners, your listeners that are listening to this interview, if they message us, we'll say like the first 5 people that message us, if you hit us up on Facebook, we'll mail you our EP.
Cool.
Download cards to pass out to your friends.
Cool. Yeah, I gave a bunch out. Darwin sent me a bunch of them. I gave those out on the show. So people called in for them, and they got them for free. So it's awesome what you guys are doing. Now, have you been shopping to labels, or has there been any label interest out there for you guys, or do you want to keep it independent? Do you want to go to that next level? Or
I think we're all pretty open to where it can go. We haven't really pursued labels yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We haven't reached out or shopped or anything like that. We're going to try to do it in-house. If a label would come up to us and be interested, but I don't know how well they really work with new bands today.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's a question I ask to a lot of the bands that come on, and most of them at this point say, hey, if it happens, it happens. If not, we're just going to continue to do it ourselves. We seem to, get a better response that way. I mean, how do you guys feel? A lot of bands out there do GoFundMe. I mean, we come, back when I was doing this stuff and when Darwin was first out there, I mean, you took the money out of your pocket to do this. How do you guys feel about people doing the GoFundMe? Even if you're getting something in return, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those odd things that I find odd in the business now.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, look, I'm a pastor, and I hate asking for money anytime. So,
it's a weird occupation, then, dude.
Yeah. Well, no, but I've been in sales, so the money comes anyway. But the whole thing with that, yeah, I see a lot of bands doing that, and big national artists doing that, and I still have conflicted feelings about that. Maybe it would be something we would do. I don't know. That's hard to say. Unless one of us gets hit by a car or something like that and gets some money.
No, I mean, the reality is we all have jobs, but at the same time, if we want to put out a quality product like we did with this last EP, there's some financial investment involved. And
absolutely.
So the reality of it is, unless we have that in pocket, then that's a good alternative to get a nice video up, go onto one of those sites where you can get donations and stuff, and do it that way. Some bands are pretty, they ask for a lot when I think that they may not be asking for what they just need in order to record. But for us, it's just a matter of getting enough money to get in the studio, to record, to mix, to master. And once we get that done, we're so confident with what we do with the songs, all we need to do is get in the studio and get it done correctly. You know what I mean? So, but that takes money.
Right.
It does.
I think, for bands at certain levels, but then you see a band like Seven Dust who is going to do it to record an acoustic album. They could actually pull the money out of their own pocket if they wanted to make it that bad. I think that being on that level, there would be more of, well, now I got to try to make something great. You try to make something great, and that's not what happens because you already have these people that funded it. It's not like something where, oh, I heard this song on the radio, and you go out and support it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think that's one of it's just weird because if you put out a stellar product, it's going to be one thing, but if you put something out that falls flat and someone donated $25 because you signed it, that's a lot for a CD, and it should live up to a certain expectation at that point. So if you aren't capable of writing a good song, that's not something that I don't think musicians should really do. But who am I? I mean, it's just my opinion. But
yeah, well, the thing of, if you take a record label, I mean, take nowadays how they want a band. They're going to look out for a band that they want you to be able to sell whatever 10,000 on your own. If you could sell 10,000 on your own, you don't really need them. You could probably do pretty well on your own. You know,
right.
You're looking for the label to come in and help you get to the next tier, and expect them to work just as hard to beat you, because they're making money off of you. Like I'll take Carbon 9 for instance. Carbon 9, our last CD, The Bull, that was all done ourselves and done before we were even signed.
Right.
When the label picked it up, there was nothing more to do.
Right, exactly. Just, come up with the new artwork. I remember when you guys released it, and it was, at Best Buy and stuff.
They had us come up, and I went and did the new artwork, and they put their stamp on it, and they got it in stores, we did the radio push, did radio interviews, did stuff and that's all great. But when it came down to, like, getting out there and playing shows, there was no backing.
Right. No, like you said,
it was back to me calling the clubs and getting us, booking the shows.
Right. So
and we had Tony selling oranges to just do the.
You'd be surprised how much those oranges make.
That's funny.
He's out there all day. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, man.
Yeah, I was wondering why you guys were having us sign those things.
That's funny. But like you said, if you can sell 10,000 copies on your own, really, you're probably going to make more money off that than being signed to a label and selling 250,000 copies.
Yeah,
because all of that.
And there's nothing wrong with signing to a label if they're going to get behind you and believe in you and help you. But if they just sign you and you're back to exactly where you were before you signed, what's the point? Like take Seven Dust. You named Seven Dust. It's probably one of my favorite bands of all time. I love that band. And those guys, look at those guys. They should be way bigger than they are, and for some reason they're not, and they're a great band.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they have a new album out. I didn't even pick that one up. I really should, but I don't know. How are you going to tell someone who's coming up, what to look for in a record label? How are you going to know they're not going to push the album? They're going to, just from my experience, they're going to tell you everything that they can to get you to sign the deal so they can lock your product up. Sometimes they just want to lock you up into a deal and never release anything.
Well, we actually have a secret. We have a secret weapon there. Our singer has a law background, and Darwin's signed things before, and I was a money guy for 12 years doing finance and stuff like that. So, and
I just take people out because I'm the youngest one to take the rap.
So Tony's the guy who can go to jail. So.
Yeah, we've got a structure there where we're able to look at things pretty good. But if the question is trying to counsel bands coming up, if we were to counsel bands coming up, we just say just write, do your thing,
and make sure you love what you do. Yep,
exactly. Be creative and do your thing. I mean, if your thing is going out there dressed as clowns doing jazz music. That's your thing. Go out and have fun and do it.
Yep.
You know, our thing is getting together, writing rock songs, and making sure we write the best songs possible, and having fun, and playing good music, and writing stuff that hopefully people can connect with. You know, and that's our focus, and that's what drives us. You know, and so long as that's still there, all of us are going to be happy. So when you're in a group, you got to find that. You know, you got to find that chemistry, that thing that drives you. And if all 4 of you guys, or 5 of you guys, or however many guys are in it, have that, then dude, that's all you need.
Yeah.
We just got to make sure we keep Ralph under wraps with wearing leather tight jeans and pasties on stage. So as long as that's under wraps, we should be okay.
That's funny. I love it. I love it. So, you know, I got you guys on for about 40 minutes now. So I think it was a good interview. You guys are a trip. It was a good time. I appreciate you guys calling in. So tell the listeners, you know, there's a lot of different people listening now. It's really, you know, I took a year off from doing this, so it's picking up again. So just want to let you guys get the opportunity to tell people where they can find out about you.
Well, this is Darwin, and my thing is I've known you a while, since Carbon 9 Days, and you're a true person, and those, you know right away, like you were talking about, how would you know if a label is talking up, you know, the other end, or being straight up with you, and you're a straight up guy, and that's why I've always kept in our world. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
it's really hard today to find people that are straight with you. You don't care. You're going to tell us straight up how it is. If you like the EP, you would like it. If you didn't like it, you would say it. And that's the way it should be. And there's not a lot of that. Well, people are afraid to say stuff today that it might hurt someone, and actually might help them if the stuff was actually said. And it's really good to have people around and keep them close that you know you can honestly trust their opinion and get their advice, stuff like that. And it was great for you to ask us to be on your show.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was an honor to have you. And anytime you guys want to come on and promote something, I mean, feel free to, you know, just shoot me an email and we'll get you on the air. I mean, I'm always looking to, you know, have guys on the show that are willing to talk about it, you know, willing to promote their stuff. So I like dealing with a lot of bands. I've been having trouble the past few weeks with people booking and not paying attention to what's going on. So it's just been nuts. So I definitely appreciate you guys following through and keeping your word and setting this up with me. So what's the website? It's lastdayrising.com. That should bring you directly to your Facebook page, correct?
Yep. That's it. We also have a SoundCloud that we have some stuff on, that we load some stuff on. We have a Reverb Nation page. All of those are .com/lastdayrising. And then you can find our EP pretty much everywhere. iTunes, you can find it on Amazon, Spotify, Pandora. Just look us up and it'll pull it up.
How do you guys feel about that real quick before I let you go? I mean, Spotify and all of these different services that don't, you know, they put your music up there and don't really pay for it. Is it just something you're using as a promotional tool? Or, you know, is it something you want to get paid from? I mean, because they don't really, you know, a lot of these companies don't follow through and take care of the artist.
Yeah, we're living in a different age. I'm happy that we're producing stuff that people would want to listen to, and it's getting out there. There's a lot of shifts in the music industry that I don't think anyone really knows where it's going to end up. I like the idea of people being able to get the music, and yeah, being an artist, you'd like to live from your art, but it comes down to, you know, why you're producing it in the first place. And I'm jacked that people dig it.
Yeah, and we just hope that someone hears it and it inspires them to maybe download it, you know, actually go and buy it. And if not, then steal it. If you like it, just get it.
It's all free.
And burn it on a CD and pass it to your friends, and they can pass it to their friends, and, you know.
So in other words, it don't matter as long as it's getting out there. You guys are satisfied with putting out a good product.
Yeah.